Happy Friday. Welcome in another edition of the Bet Like Mike Show, WinDailySports.com. My name is Jon Jansen. As always, joined by my co-host, the star of the show, Mr. Mike North. You can follow him at North to North. You can follow me at JJansen34. But happy Friday, Mr. Mike North. Happy Friday.
Johnny J, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you follow him. He'll tell you how to get there. It's right there for you.
Yeah, it's right there.
All this border here. Okay?
All these nice things that people can see. Yeah.
And then there's us.
So they don't have to look at us anymore. They can look at everything else.
Yeah. We ruined the whole picture. That's
exactly.
First of all, stellar claw on Milwaukee. Didn't have quite the open today, as I said on Twitter that we were going to have yesterday when you went undefeated. But taking Milwaukee was a great pick. The Angel pick, I think you have an explanation for that because it was a 0-0 game. Hold on, 0-0 game. And after 5, and you took the Angels. What happened?
So I picked that first 5 because of Shohei Ohtani. And he ended up being late to the game because the bus, one of the team buses out of the 2, I think got stuck in traffic. So he was a little late and he got pushed back his start to today instead of yesterday. So the reason why I bet on it, I would not have bet on it knowing that Ohtani was not pitching.
Right. So you went basically 1-1. The World Gambling Organization, WGO.
The world. Yeah.
I said you can't tag the kid with that. Now I lose a game. Texas gets beat by Seattle. You're right. Middle of the road can go either way. But my call, big call the night I invested money in was the under in the Laker game. Yeah, that was the one you went. When I said that to you yesterday, you went. You got shook a little bit because when you think about it, I looked at the other 2 totals, John.
Yeah.
For the games last night, and they were astronomical compared to the Lakers and Phoenix. And let me say this to everybody out there. John had faith in Phoenix. Chris Paul is like I said, a regular season hero. They're playing a better team. They don't know how to play defense. They don't have an interior defense to stop, especially a guy like Anthony Davis. LeBron can bully his way wherever he wants. So
playoff LeBron showed up. That's kind of what I was betting against, is that we haven't seen that from the Lakers yet. I thought with that, money line price at plus money, it was worth the chance. But Lakers proved me wrong. They're ready to go. That Lakers team is again looking like probably the best team in the West.
No doubt about it. And it should be interesting going in, and they'll be talking about that as far as stuff that we're going to be doing down the line. Now, let's talk. I'm changing my Twitter handle. It's going to have a skyline of the city. It's going to be a little thing that's going to have me celebrating my 30th year in broadcasting. I mean,
nice.
I got off to a late start, folks. I was like 38 years old. I had restaurants and did other things before this, but it's been a great career, and it's going to be a brand new heading, but still at North to North. Make sure you follow us. Make sure you pass the word around. We had a 2-3 night last night. But you know what? Like John says, when he picks a game or I pick a game based on, and he said it yesterday, Ohtani, and then Ohtani they get stuck in traffic and they push it back for whatever reason. It's a whole different ballgame. You have to make the decision on your own.
Right. Yes.
Now, I also am a guy that's not a hater. I know what it's like to be despised or be envied of or this or that. Believe me. You be on the top of the mountain, the bottom of the mountain, the middle of the mountain. I've been on all different parts of the mountain. But I'm not a hater. Now, when it comes to hating, nobody is more, I believe, disingenuous than radio people. They'll all say they're happy for somebody, and in the meantime, they got their agents going behind their backs trying to get this job or that. There's no doubt at Fox.
Luckily, I'm not at that part of my my career. I don't need agents yet. I don't need to get you that.
I never had an agent. I did my own negotiating, which really pissed everybody off then, especially the agents. But you will be, and I'm here to tell you, I'm very happy for Clay Travis. The only time I've ever listened to him is on the clips on Twitter every so often.
Yeah.
He worked at Fox Sports Radio. I am not a hater. I wish everybody the best of luck. He's got big shoes to fill with Rush Limbaugh being gone. Sort of like I would compare Wannstedt after Ditka. Let's hope it works out better for Clay. Okay. So I want to congratulate him, but I also want to say this. Clay Travis replaced me at Fox Sports Radio morning.
Really?
Yes. So
what? I didn't know that.
And at the time they said, well, Mike, we're going to reshuffle the deck and we're going to do some things. I've been there 6 years. And me, Andy Furman, and Jonas Knox, who's still there, and Andy's still
Furman's still there. Yeah, he does the night show, I think, right?
Right, he does.
I think, yeah.
Jonas works overnights, and Andy Furman works Sunday morning. So,
you can hear him on The Gambler from
absolutely.
time to time.
And Jonas was our producer, and as soon as I got the gig to replace another guy that left, I said, listen, we got to bring Jonas Knox in. So it was me, Andy, and Jonas Knox. I had worked weekends there for 3 years, and then a guy named Bruce Gilbert came. He says, hey, man, you're our morning guy from now on. So I ended up doing 3 years of mornings, and the new management team came in. They made changes, and Clay Travis took over. So I could always say to myself, you know what? The guy who's got the top job in radio, that's what it took to replace the old-timer over at Fox Sports Radio. Now, before we move on, I also want to say this. I would like to see, and I don't know if this is going to be the kiss of death, but we'll see. Jonas Knox and Brady Quinn, or Jonas Knox and somebody, get that position. I would just be another cherry on the sundae as far as my tree. Listen,
Jonas Knox and Jon Jansen. Why not?
Why not? You know the coach's tree?
Yeah.
In the winter, my coach's tree's filled with leaves. That's how many people at the Score, AM 1000, all sorts of people. God bless the coach's tree. And nice. Jonas Knox would be a cherry on the sundae. So Jonas,
better coach's tree than Bill Belichick, I imagine.
Yeah, but that's whatever. Paul Brown back in the day. All the old timers. John, you know who Paul Brown is. I know that.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
All right. So congratulations to Clay Travis. All right. I love Jennifer Aniston. I loved her in Horrible Bosses.
She's great.
In Meet the Millers.
Meet the Millers. Yeah, the Millers was great. That's a great movie.
I love Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah,
I met Jennifer Aniston when she was in Chicago at a place called Tavern on Rush. I brought her and Vince Vaughn a bottle of champagne. We were all in the VIP area. Nice lady. But I never have ever watched Friends. Ever. David Schwimmer, Evanston kid, like him. Okay? The one kid that can't keep his life straight. They're all good guys. You know what I mean? But I've never watched Friends. And today, now you could take this guy or leave him, I'm sure. Pierce Morgan thinks he's from Britain. He says it's the most overrated show ever. And it has to be if I've never wanted to watch it. I always give something a chance. I'm even watching the Western Channel, and my wife's watching Cheyenne for the first time. It was made in 1958. We always give somebody a chance, John. But I got to know where you stand on Friends. Did you ever watch it? Because you seem like the guy that would be their next door neighbor.
It's not only have I watched it, I have watched it over and over again. I've watched it every episode of every season for like 2 or 3 times at least. It's not my favorite show, but The Office is probably one of my favorite TV shows.
Yeah, okay.
But Friends is up there. Friends is the one that that's the first television show I've really sat down and actually watched and enjoyed. And I liked it.
Women?
No, it's
ensemble or because of the ensemble.
No, it was the ensemble. It was just a group of friends, roaming around New York. I thought it was great. I don't know, it was funny. I liked a couple characters. Chandler Bing is probably my favorite character, and
I found it unrealistic, even at.
Oh yeah. It's a lot of weird scenarios that they write, but I think it's at times clever writing and it's fun. The later seasons, of course, bad, but yeah, has it dropped down the list of my favorite shows? Yes, because I probably go The Office and then Scrubs are probably over that. But Friends is still a show that I remember fondly.
Okay. So Friends is going to have a reunion. They're making millions of dollars. Yeah. God bless them. I'm so happy for all.
I will be watching that this week.
Just what Matthew Perry needs. Another $20 million to spend.
I like Matthew Perry. I like Matthew Perry.
Off the rails. We talked about it yesterday. A little bit every.
We're all off the rails now.
Oh, I told you. But I won't be watching it, so we'll get but I do know this.
I'll give you a review next week. I can do that if you need.
Yeah, but they're God bless them, and you know what? You always got that. We'll see it 10 years from now, another reunion. They'll be in their 70s, God bless, or 80s. Courtney Cox and all them.
You know what? I'm glad. One thing about Friends I'm really glad of is that when they ended it. They didn't do anything. They didn't, because nowadays.
What are you talking about? They're doing it now.
Yeah, but it's one reunion in 17 years.
No.
Because a lot of shows would do movies by now. They would like Full House came out with another TV show. Like
the only Full House I care about's the one in my hands if I'm playing poker. Okay, yeah. I understand. We're talking about Friends. They're coming back for a huge money grab. I don't blame them.
No, it's one reunion in 17 years. I think it's okay. I think it's fine.
They stay true to themselves. No, they're back. Just like, these old bands come
back.
Well,
again, I'm glad they just didn't come back and had, here's another season of Friends 17 years later, or here's a Friends movie. I don't want to see that. I just want to see them together reminiscing about what was a 10-year run that was really, really good. And I like it. It's great.
Listen, I saw some of the top bands ever. And I saw a band called the Moody Blues. Okay? Great band, ahead of its time. People know who I'm talking about if you're over 55. If you're like John, you're going Moody Blues. That's what I have there in the morning when I get up. Okay? No, the Moody Blues. And you know what they're doing now? They were playing cruise ships. Okay? It's the money. They're going for the dough. Whoever's going to take you. The Friends thing is like, I guess they had a group of 20, 15, 20, 25, 30-year-olds wishing they were friends with those friends. Am I right?
Yeah. I think of course it was a little, I went back and watched it. Obviously I was just watching reruns because the run was 1994 to 2004. So I'm not sure exactly like at the time, but I imagine, yeah, it was just, it was a good kind of capture of what it was like, I guess, to be in your mid 20s and 30s, in the 90s, mid 90s.
You're a historian.
Am I?
Historian. I can't believe I got into it.
I'm not. I don't know if I'm a historian. There was one point where I could probably name you every episode. There was one time where somebody just like gave me a little synopsis of the show they were watching, and I could tell them the whole thing.
Okay, enough.
It's embarrassing, but it's just part of who I am.
Knock it off. All right, we got something else to go on to. Can't take it anymore. That's 5 more minutes than I wanted to talk about.
I know, it really is.
But they deserve all that. Now, I turned on European golf this morning, and I'm going, nice, quiet environment. There's no fans still, in Europe, from what I saw. Now, it might have been old. I don't know. But you know what? After the U.S. Open, I want to go back to those days. Golf survived without the fans, And now we're hearing that some of the golfers aren't happy with some of the fans. Did you like the PGA with the fans, or did you like the PGA without the fans? And then I'll give you my answer.
Fans definitely do create a moment. So, like, there's always pros and cons, but fans created that moment at the PGA with Phil. So I do like that. Like, that is something that you don't get without a live crowd. But I also hate the get in the hole when a guy's teeing off in a, at the tee box in a par 5. Like, it's just sometimes fans can be stupid, and I hate it.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. If we went to a golf match, I know some of the people back in the day that I traveled with, and there was a guy next to us yelling, "Get in the hole," it wouldn't last long. It would. I can't believe people endure it.
I can't believe
it's bugging everybody else.
Yep.
And that it bugs you on TV. And you know what? Thank God they're away from this. Ever since the Sink Boys, father and son, started, what do you think? I don't know. What do you think? What club should I use? And then he goes, "Hey, we're moving tomorrow, huh? Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Yeah." Ever since they did that, now the golfers must have gotten together, because a few times they've tried to eavesdrop the cameras and stuff, and they don't say nothing to each other.
Yeah.
Do you? Okay, so I don't want the fans. I would prefer they never had fans again.
Well, at least right now, and fans got to ease back, because I think now everybody's back at everything at one point. Fans are getting like, it's almost like they forget how to behave themselves.
Agreed.
We haven't been in an arena for over a year or at a golf event, and we all of a sudden forget just how to behave, because there have been so many fan incidents already.
Absolutely great point. And I'll tell you right now, if they didn't have fans again at those golf outings, I'd be perfect.
I would be okay with it.
Yeah, we'd be okay with it. All right. Here's what I'm okay with. There wasn't a whole lot of action. Now, I go 1-1 last night. I want to keep this a pick show. But the only thing I could pick out today was a baseball game. As usual, the NHL, to me, right now is unbettable, as far as I'm concerned, John. I mean, another high-odd game tonight. Only one game to pick up.
Yeah, so hockey's weird. Hockey playoffs is weird.
Hockey playoffs, if it's even, if it's minus 130, or I've been known to spend. But I mean, when Carolina's putting up banners to make fun, of the other team,
It's fantastic.
it is.
I like that. Also, Creed played last night at the Nashville games. Not Creed, Scott Stapp. Creed was not there. So only Scott Stapp. Scott Stapp is not the band Creed. He's just a singer. Creed, the band Creed.
Who?
It's Creed. Great band. Yeah, Creed.
It's a hell of a movie. It was a very good. That was a very good movie. Yeah, that really was. It was. All right, here we go, my friend. I love us. I love. I'm taking the Cleveland Indians today. Toronto with Ryu is having a great year. He's got something in the middle twos. ERA.
Yeah.
Been good. Toronto's a battering ram. I'm not saying that they're not going to beat this kid, Morgan, that's coming up. He's making his first start. All right. Eli Morgan. Okay. Sounds like a writer, a novelist. Doesn't sound like a guy that's got to face Vlad Guerrero, Biggio, Bichette, and the guys. But I am taking Cleveland plus the 1.5 at minus 120, my friend. That's my only pick for the show today.
Okay. I'm going with the.
How many you got?
I'll take a couple, and I'll do a scary pick as well. So I'm going to, and two of them are going to be basketball. The scary pick's going to be Major League Baseball. I'm going with the Nets. They're an 8.5-point favorite against the Celtics. They're just going to dominate. It doesn't, and this was a lot better if you got this last night because it was at about 7. Right. So last night was the time to get it. Now you got to pay up, and now 1.5, which I'll still take it. But as we see, even with teams going on the road, it doesn't really matter. They're still going to dominate if they're the better team. And the Nets are clearly the better team than the Celtics. So I'm taking the Nets at 8.5. I'm taking the Clippers. I'll just do it one more time. I'm going to do this game not off of what I've been seeing in the past few games, not off of any stats, numbers, anything. Just based off the narrative, I don't think the Clippers go down 3-0. I just don't think they do.
I'm going to make that bet. I'm going the other way with Dallas. I had a lean with Dallas. If I should win, I'll come on with eye black. No, I mean, if I should lose, I'll wear eye black on the show on Monday. Okay.
You should always wear eye black on the show. That sounds fun.
Look at me now.
Especially,
I'm having a good hair day today. So, what are you willing to bet?
Oh man, what can I bet? What should I do?
Looking around the house. You're a young guy.
I know.
Maybe a baseball bat laying around or something.
Yeah, no, there's not much. There's going to be a PS5 laying around here soon.
So a what?
That's good. A PlayStation 5 gaming console.
I didn't play PlayStation 1, 2, 3, or 4. All right.
I played them all.
TV and relax, okay? I got Golden Tee, which, by the way, broke. My Golden Tee
did it really? No.
I got the Joneses. I got a guy coming to fix it. But,
that's good.
They are great games, but they last the test.
I love it. So I'm taking the Clippers, and you're taking the Mavericks then. So that's good. We at least have a
and I also got we got a game. We got interest. It's up to the folks. I did have a heavy read for Dallas, but it's the playoffs, and it is odd that they're favored at Dallas.
Yeah, this is almost like the Lakers being favored in Phoenix in that second game.
I bet the Heat were going to make noise yesterday. I heard so many people. You know how many people got buried with the Heat last night?
I'm glad I wasn't one of them.
Jimmy Butler's going the way of Leonard.
Bam Adebayo has regressed significantly since last year, which is not good. And my scary pick of the day, I'm going with the Giants money line at plus 170. Giants and Dodgers are pretty. I mean, Dodgers and Giants are doing great. Giants are also 30-19 this season, along with the Dodgers. So to see him at plus 170 when they have one of their better pitchers on the mound and Anthony DeSclafani, I'm going to take the Giants here.
Oh, I love it, man. So
for my scary pick.
Well, that's a scary pick, but that is a good pick. And San Francisco's been defying the odds all year.
Absolutely.
So, pass the word around. We also hashtag places like Gambling Twitter. Hope you guys pass the word there. That's a nice community over there. Win Daily Sports. Make sure you follow Win Daily Sports and WinDailySports.com. Check out all the great shows. John's on about 800 of them, where he does a great job hosting.
Close enough.
Yesterday was his heavy day. I know that. I will say this: we love you guys. We've been winning. We go 2-3 yesterday overall, but remember, the scary pick is up to you. And we had a winning week And when we do have a losing week, we'll go 2-2. I try to stay consistent. 1-1's better than 0-2. John, have a great weekend, buddy.
Happy Friday.
Are you happy Friday, folks? Bye-bye.